And we welcome you to the Little Caesars Arena here in downtown Detroit, Michigan. I am Vinny from vdubproductions. This is another NBA2K26 presents another exciting edition of my 2025-2026 season playthrough. It is Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals featuring the Milwaukee Bucks and the Detroit Pistons. As we look at the starting lineups for the Bucks, we have Cole Anthony, Gary Trent Jr., Kuzma, Antetokounmpo, and Turner. For the Pistons, you got Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey at the guards, followed by Asar Thompson and Tobias Harris at the forwards, and then at center you got Jalen Duren. The Bucks took care of business in the first two games at Pfizer Forum, and now we have Game 3 here in Detroit. Detroit in a must-win situation here. They don't want to go down 3-0 as we see the Bucks have won the opening tip. Kuzma for three, that's off the back iron, and Cunningham will grab the rebound here. Tobias Harris feeding it over to Jaden Ivey, back over to Thompson, over to Ivey. 10 on the shot clock. Cunningham, he'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three, and the first 3 points of the game being scored by the Pistons. Cunningham had 32 points in that Game 2 loss. Brian Anderson, Grant Hill, Tim Legler would be on the call, as well as Ali LaForce on the sidelines if he had the game commentary on, but guess what? He got me instead. You see Giannis, 8 on the shot clock now. Coming around, 4 on the shot clock. He'll put it up. That's off the front rim, no good. Duren will get the rebound here. Feeds it over to Harris, back over to Thompson. Asar Thompson with the layup. That's good. That's 5 quick points for the Pistons already. Thompson, his first 2 points of the game. 9 points for him in Game 2 in that loss. Game 1 was a total blowout by the Milwaukee Bucks. They hit the first 13 shots in that game, and they won that game 111-77. But it was a little bit of a better effort by the Pistons in game number 2, but they still end up losing towards the end by 17, 107-90. And that's where we are right now, 2-0. You see Ivey, and he's going to be called for that's going to be a charging foul called against him. First personal foul. 0 team fouls since that was on the offenses. We're a minute and a half into the game. 5-0 Pistons here. Game 3, Eastern Conference Semifinals. As I said, the Bucks lead that series 2-0. Giannis, he's coming around inside the paint, and the Bucks are on the board. Antetokounmpo, 40 points in that Game 2 victory. 13 rebounds, and was 1 assist shy of a triple-double. He had a triple-double, actually, in Game number 2, or Game number 1. Cunningham feeds it over to Duren. Jalen Duren with the slam dunk, his first points of the game. He only had 4 points in that Game 2 loss, but he did have 15 rebounds. I said Jalen Duren is a player that can easily get 20 points and 15 rebounds if he can. As Kuzma's going to go to the line. Thompson called for his first personal foul, first team foul. Of course, we know the Bucks did not make the playoffs in real life. The Pistons, though, are in a little bit of a dogfight right now in their series against the Detroit Pistons. They won the first 2 games in Detroit, but then the Cavaliers won the games 3 and 4. And at the time of this recording, we're about a few hours away from Game 5 of that series, which, by the way, by the time this game comes out, we'll find out who won that game. As Kuzma hit the first one. Pistons, actually, in this universe, were a 1-8 upset. The 8 seed that pulled off the upset. They almost pulled an Orlando Magic, actually, ironically, where Pistons in real life came back from 3-1 as a number 1 seed against an 8 seeded Magic team in real life. Kuzma will hit the bucket, both of them there. 7-4. Kuzma had 14 points and 6 rebounds in that loss in that win against the Pistons in Game 2. Cunningham, he's coming around now and still holding on to it, being guarded by Anthony. He'll put the shot up, and that is no good, but he gets his offensive rebound in to put in. 9-4, Pistons on top as we're approaching 3 minutes into the first quarter from the Little Caesars Arena. Gary Trent Jr. He's back over to Kuzma. He'll shoot the three. He'll miss the three. Cunningham grabbing the rebound. After this, all series will be in their Game 4 after that. You see Cunningham with the bucket there. I believe that's 7 for him already. And the lead is up to 7 for the Pistons. It's about 3.5 into the first quarter. Cunningham, he'll put the shot up. That is no good. Jalen Duren grabbing a rebound. Jaden Ivey with it now. And there's a bucket for Jaden Ivey. And the lead is up to 9. We see in this series he's averaging 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists a game. Antetokounmpo coming around with the layup. That's good. That's 4 for him, and he's responsible for both the made buckets from the field so far. Jaden Ivey. He's coming around being guarded by Gary Trent Jr. 10 on the shot clock for the Pistons. Leading it by 7. Ivey, he'll put the shot up. That's off the back iron. Kuzma coming down with the offensive rebound. Feeds it over to Cole Anthony. Back over to Gary Trent Jr. The Bucks, 10 on the shot clock. The Bucks are actually on the longest winning streak at any team right now in the playoffs. 6-game winning streak. Over to Turner. He'll shoot the 3. He drains the 3. That's his first 3 points from the center. Miles Turner with 19 points in that Game 2 victory for the Bucks. We did over to Jaden Ivey. Ivey coming around with a layup. That's good. The Bucks, Smithson shooting 7 of 9. The Bucks 3 of 8 right now. Feeds it over to Antetokounmpo here as we're over 5 minutes into the first quarter. Giannis, that bucket is good. That's 6 for him already. Cade Cunningham across to the half-court line, being guarded by Cole Anthony. Back over to Asar Thompson, feeding back over to Duren. Cade Cunningham with it again. 10 on the shot clock. Cunningham feeds it over to Tobias Harris. Harris, he'll shoot the 3. He'll miss the 3. Cole Anthony grabbing a rebound. Anthony feeds it over to Turner. Turner coming around the bucket. That's not going to fall, but Turner will get the offensive rebound and put in. That's 5 for him already. Halfway through the first quarter, 15-13. Pistons on top. The Bucks are on a 9-2 run right now. Jaden Ivey will miss that one. Kyle Kuzma grabbing a rebound. Feeds it over to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Back over to Gary Trent Jr. Here the defense chance right now here. 5:40 to play in the first. Antetokounmpo feeds it over to Cole Anthony. He'll shoot the 3. He'll make the 3. That's a 12-2 run now by the Bucks, and the Bucks will have their first lead of the game. 16-15, Milwaukee on top. Kind of reminiscent of how the game against the last game that we had, the Spurs and the Spurs and the Lakers, how that game started off, as you see Cunningham with a bucket. As we'll have our first timeout here. 5:04 to play in the first. The Pistons leading at 17-16. We'll be back. We look at the league leaders during the playoffs right now. Kevin Durant, number 1, but we got Giannis at 2 and Cade Cunningham at 3 on average. See De'Aaron Fox at number 4. So we have number 2 and number 3 leading scorers right now in the NBA playoffs playing in this series. As you see Kyle Kuzma. Finishes it over to Antetokounmpo. Back over to Kuzma. He'll shoot the 3. That's off the back iron. Jalen Duren grabbing a rebound. Cunningham with it. Now feeds it over to Jaden Ivey. Back over to Harris, but then that's stolen by Giannis. Turnover by the Pistons. They had 6 of those in game 2. And there, Giannis will get it over to Turner after that missed attempt there, but Miles Turner, I believe he has 7. Miles Turner averaging 12.4 points a game during the playoffs so far, shooting 74%. Bucks on top. Thompson, he'll shoot the 3. That's off the back iron, no good. Turner will get the rebound. See Cole Anthony feeding it over to Giannis Antetokounmpo. 10 on the shot clock. As we're approaching 4 minutes of play here in the first, Giannis feeds it back over to Cole Anthony. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Cunningham coming down with the rebound. Jaden Ivey feeding it over to Duren. Duren with the slam dunk. That's 4 points for him, matching his game 2 total. And 19-18, the Bucks on top, or Pistons back on top. Kuzma, he'll shoot the three. That's no good. Cunningham grabbing a rebound. Cunningham feeding it over to Harris. Tobias Harris being guarded by Giannis. Feeds it back over to Cunningham. Inside, 10 on the shot clock. We got 3:15 to play in the first. That's off the front rim. No good. Antetokounmpo grabbing a rebound. Feeds it back over to Kuzma. He'll shoot the two. He'll miss it. And that is a loose ball foul called against Miles Turner. A turnover against the Bucks. They had 8 of those as we have a slew of substitutions. Let's look at the lineup set for the Bucks. We got Bobby Portis Jr. and Ryan Rollins coming into the game for the Bucks, and for the Pistons, Ron Holland and Isaiah Stewart checks into the game. Cunningham coming around, layup, and count it! Rollins just checked into the game. He'll be called for his first personal foul. First team foul called against the Pistons as we all have a timeout called. No, never mind. I thought that was a timeout called. As we are 2:59 to play in the first. Points in the paint already, 18 for the Pistons. 13 of them points off of assist. The Pistons actually had 52 points in the paint total in game 2. I see Cunningham will make the shot there. 22-18. Portis Jr. he'll shoot the three. That is off the back iron, no good. Holland. We see the Pistons out rebound the Bucks 10-6 right now. Over there's Cunningham for three. That's off the back iron, no good. The Pistons actually had 37 total rebounds. That's no good. So only 47 for the Bucks. So the Bucks were out rebounded 47-37. Jaden Ivey feeds it back over to Holland. He'll shoot the three. He'll miss it. Turner grabbing a rebound. Back over to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis coming around over to Portis Jr. He'll shoot the three. He'll make the three. And they needed that. Oh, no, that's Kevin Porter Jr. Never mind. I said Portis. Oh, that's Porter Jr. Never mind. That's not good on my end, but hey. Three-pointer anyway. They got a lot of juniors on this team. I'll tell you that. Cunningham. That is no good. Antetokounmpo grabbing it. .15 on the shot clock over to Antetokounmpo. Feeds it over. There's a shot. That is going to fall in. And the Bucks regain the lead, 24-22. I believe that's Kuzma with the shot. Or is that? I hate it when they don't see the names. That wasn't Kuzma, never mind. In there, Cunningham coming around. That is good. And we're tied at 24. Under a minute to play here. Look at the points in the paint. 20-10 already for the Pistons here. Porter Jr. holding on to that one right now. Feeding it back over to Giannis. Giannis coming around with the slam dunk. Antetokounmpo with the slam dunk, worthy enough of the AT&T Connected Cam. AT&T, a proud sponsor of NBA 2K26. Cade Cunningham grabbing it out of the inbound, crossing the half-court line. Feeds it back over to Ron Holland. At 13 on the shot clock right now. Under 30 to play in the first. Over to Cunningham. Cunningham with the layup. That's good. Cade Cunningham having a good first quarter right now. 16 points for him. 7-11 shooting 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. Giannis coming around. He'll get the slam dunk. And the Bucks are on top by 2 once again. Ivy, shot clock turned off. Jaden Ivey feeds it over to Cade Cunningham. Cunningham. He'll put the shot up. That's good. That's 18 for him. Half a second to play here in the first. Antetokounmpo will hand it. We'll get it. And that's the end of the first quarter here. We are all tied at 28. If you like what you see, hit the like button, comment on this video, and don't forget, hit the subscribe button if you have not done so yet. I am Vinny from vdubproductions. We'll be back to start the second quarter right after this. So I'll start the second quarter here. So we have Robinson, Paul Reed. So it is Reed, Robinson, and let's see here. Sasser, he'll shoot the three. That's no good. Portis Jr. now into the game with Rollins. So that was Rollins that hit a three-pointer. Porter Jr. for three. That's in there. And the lead is up to three again. So it is Porter Jr., Rollins, Smith, Prince, and Portis Jr. So we got Robinson, Sasser, Paul Reed. As Sasser's going to come around with a layup. That's good. That's Sasser's first 2 points of the game. Sasser actually only had 2 rebounds and 1 assist, so that's his first point since probably game 1. Porter Jr. Coming around, he'll get the layup, that's good. And it's the lead is 3 again. So it is Reed, Robinson, Sasser, Isaiah Stewart. And who else is out there? I need one more. And there's a rejected right there. Torian Prince will have it. Ryan Rollins coming around. Feeds it over to Porter Jr. And Holland. Okay, so that is Holland. That completes the lineup here. But as I said, Rollins has it 7 on the shot clock. Rollins coming around the layup. That is good. And the lead is up to 5. Their largest for the Bucks. As said, the Pistons got off to an early 9-point lead in that first quarter. As we're approaching 2 minutes into the second quarter, 10 on the shot clock. Marcus Sasser leads it back over to Holland. 3 on the shot clock. Ron Holland, he'll put the shot up. That is no good. Porter Jr. Yeah, it's Porter Jr. that came with the rebound. Feeds it over to Bobby Portis Jr. on the alley-oop, and the lead is up to 7. 6 quick points right there for the Bucks. The lead is up to 7. 9-2, they have outscored in the first nearly 3 minutes of the second quarter. Stewart feeding it over to Paul Reed. Back over to Stewart. He'll shoot the 3. He'll make the 3. As we'll have a timeout call by the Bucks. We're going to take one as well. 9:06 to play in the second. 37-33, Bucks on top. Coming out of timeout here. Let's see, we got Porter Jr., Anthony Trent Jr., Antetokounmpo, and Portis Jr. The lineup for the Bucks and for the Pistons. Sasser, Cunningham, Thompson, and I couldn't see the other two because I almost said Barnes. No, Barnes plays for San Antonio. And that's been a pretty good series itself, actually, between the Lakers and the Spurs in my season playthrough. Antetokounmpo coming around. He'll get the slam dunk. That's in there, and the lead is up to 6 again. That's 12 for him. So we had a 10-point first quarter. 13 minutes of play right now. He's shooting 60% in this game. Harris coming around with the layup. That's good. And they needed that one. 10 assists already for the Detroit Pistons. They had 21 in all of game 2. So they're nearly halfway there. And there's an alley-oop from Porter Jr. to Giannis. That's 14 for him. Porter Jr. getting the assist there. The lead is up to 6. I believe that is their largest. No, they led by as many as 7. Pistons led by as many as 9. Cunningham, he'll shoot the 3. He'll make the 3. Cunningham, that's 21 for him now. So we look at home during the regular season here at Little Caesars Arena. He averaged over 28 points a game. Gary Trent Jr. for 3. And the Bucks on top by 6 once again. So the Bucks, the only team that has not lost a game in this series yet. Sasser, he'll shoot the 3. That is in there. Marcus Sasser. That's 6 points for him, I believe. He did not have any points in game 2. Feeds it back over to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Feeds it over to Gary Trent Jr. Trent Jr. feeds it over to Portis, over to Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo coming around with the layup, and that is good. That's 16 for him, I believe, already. And the lead up to 5 for the Milwaukee Bucks. Over 5 minutes into the second quarter. Sasser for 3. That's off the back iron. Antetokounmpo grabbing a rebound. Giannis coming around. Feeds it over to Trent Jr. He'll shoot the 2. He'll make the 2. And the lead up to 7. Their ties their largest to this point. 48-41. Bucks on top here. 6.5 to play in the second. Feeds it over to Asar Thompson. No, back over to Stewart. 8 on the shot clock. Stewart feeding it over to Cunningham, and he'll lose it. Gary Trent Jr. with the steal. Jr. feeds it back over to Giannis Antetokounmpo. 13 on the shot clock. Giannis coming around. Feeds it back over to Porter Jr. as we're halfway through the second quarter. Porter Jr. Kevin Porter Jr. That is no good. Asar Thompson coming down with a rebound here. 5:50 to play in the second. Back over to Tobias Harris. Harris, he'll shoot the 3. He'll miss the 3. Cole Anthony coming down with the rebound. Anthony. Feed it over to Giannis. Giannis with the slam dunk. That's 18 for him, and the largest lead now for the Bucks. It's a 9-point lead. Both teams that led by as many as 9 as well have another timeout called by the Pistons. 5:24 to play until halftime. 50-41, the Bucks on top. Coming out of the timeout, let's look at the lineup set here. We got Anthony, Trent Jr., Kuzma, Antetokounmpo. Lee Turner checks back into the game, and for the Pistons, let's see. We have Cunningham, Ivy, Thompson, Harris, and I think Duren's back in the lineup. That is Jalen Duren back in the lineup. All right, so that's the lineup set for both teams. Asar Thompson, and very quickly, getting 2 points coming out of the timeout here. 50-43, the Bucks on top. He's it over to Giannis Antetokounmpo. 15 on the shot clock. Giannis, that's 20 for him on that slam dunk. Look at that. Giannis averaged 26.5 points, 6.4 rebounds a game, and 12 assists per game, and 12.1 rebounds a game on average away from Pfizer form during the regular season. There's a miss with Kuzma grabbing the rebound. Back over to Giannis. Giannis over to Kuzma. He'll shoot the 3. That is no good. Jalen Duren crashing the rebound right there. So we got 15 on the shot clock. Feed it over to Ivy. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabbing the rebound. 16 rebounds already for the Bucks. They had only 47 of them in game 2. They out-rebounded the Pistons 47-37, and Giannis, I believe that's 22 for him now, and feed it is. Lead is up to 11 now, their largest. And we got under 4 to play here in the second quarter. Cunningham coming around, slam dunk. 23 points for Cade Cunningham on 10 of 15 shooting. Cunningham feeds it back over to Gary Trent Jr. Trent Jr., he'll shoot the 3. He'll make the 3. The lead is up to 12. It's back over to Thompson, over to Cunningham. Cunningham feeds it over to Duren. Duren over to Harris. He'll shoot the 3. Kuzma will grab the rebound. Over to Giannis. Giannis with the layup. That's good. 14-point lead for the Bucks. So 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. In the first half, I should say. Duren holding on to it. He'll put the shot up. That is no good. Giannis Antetokounmpo with the rebound again. 18-13. The Bucks out-rebounding the Pistons right now. Their defense chance here. 2.5 to play until halftime. That is not going to fall, but Miles Turner will get the offensive rebound there. Feeds it back over to Kuzma. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Jalen Duren grabbing the rebound. Kuzma only 2 points. He's only made 2 free throws because he's 0-7 from the field. 5 rebounds for him, though. Got 10 on the shot clock over to Jalen Duren. Duren back over at the 5. Cunningham coming around. 2 minutes remaining in the second. Cunningham with a bucket. That's 25 for him. 22 for the rest of the team here. 59-47. Milwaukee on top. There's a shot. That's no good. Jalen Duren grabbing a rebound over to Thompson. Crossing the half-court line. Thompson. And he's got to step out of bounds. That's Bucks ball. Looking at the league leaders of field goal percentage during the regular season, we see Turner, Duren, and Antetokounmpo at 3, 4, and 5. Can go really get the stats up. Kuzma will inbound it to Cole Anthony. Minute and a half to play in the second. Antetokounmpo. And he'll get over to Kuzma, and he's going to go to the line, shooting 2. That's Asar Thompson's second personal foul. First team foul called against the Pistons here in the second quarter. Kyle Kuzma. 2 shots. The 14 fast break points right now for the Bucks. Points pen, 20. Not sure what that actually means. As you see, Kuzma will hit the first shot. The lead is up to 13. They led by as many as 14. I said Kuzma, all his points have come from the line to this point. He is 0-7 from the field from the last time I looked. And he'll miss that one. Duren will come down with the rebound. He's it back over to Cunningham. He's it over to Harris. And he's going to go to the line shooting 2 as Giannis called for his first personal foul, first team foul. Tobias Harris will shoot his first free throw right there. He'll make the first one. Lead down to 12. 64 seconds of play here until halftime. Game 3 of this Eastern Conference semifinal series. The Bucks taking the first 2 games, and right now they have a not comfortable, but I'd say a good lead there. Turner will come with the rebound off the miss. Under a minute to play until halftime. 15 on the shot clock. Feeds it over to Antetokounmpo, back over to Turner. 9 on the shot clock. 7 on the shot clock. We got 5. Feeds it over to Antetokounmpo. Giannis. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Kuzma getting the offensive rebound, back over to Cole Anthony. 10 on the shot clock, and Thompson will come with the steal. Feeds it over to Turner, to Duren, to Cunningham. Fishes over to Ivy, back over to Harris. He'll shoot the 3. He'll make the 3. 20.1 to play in the second. Cole Anthony. Shot clock turned off, by the way. So we got 10 seconds to play in the second. Up 2-0. The Bucks leading the series 2-0. Lead down to 9. They led by as many as 14. And there's Giannis once again. He has had himself a good first half. Same with Cunningham. He'll shoot the deep 3. No good, and that will do it. We are at the end of the first half. In Game 3 of this Eastern Conference semifinal series, the Bucks leading it 62-51. I hope you enjoyed what you saw so far. If you did, please leave a like, comment on this video, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And if you go to the description down below, there is a link to my Cash App if you're inclined to donate to my Cash App, as well as where you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And with that, I am Vinny from vdubproductions. We're sending it to the halftime report, and we'll see you guys in the second half. Getting ready to start the third quarter here in Detroit. The Bucks leading it 62-51. We look at Giannis Antetokounmpo. He led the Bucks with 26 points in that first half. He had 40 points in game 2, and he looks like if he keeps up this torrid pace, he'll be back to 40. As the Pistons will inbound, you see Cunningham. He had 25 points himself leading the Pistons. We have Cunningham, Ivy, Duren, Thompson, and Tobias Harris. And speaking of Harris, he just made the bucket there, getting the first 2 points of the half. Meanwhile, the Bucks have their starting 5 out of Cole Anthony, Gary Trent Jr., Kyle Kuzma, Antetokounmpo, and Miles Turner. Giannis coming around. That's 28 for him already. Lead back up to 11. Jalen Duren will get the slam dunk there. I believe that's 6 for him. Cunningham will get the assist there. Giannis feeding it over to Cole Anthony. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Jalen Duren coming down with the rebound. Feeds it over to Cunningham. Cunningham with a bucket. That is no good. Turner grabbing the rebound. Feeds it back over to Giannis. And Giannis almost lost it for a second. He'll get the layup. That's 30 for him. Over a minute into the third quarter. 66-55. The Bucks on top. They led by as many as 14 in that first half. Jalen Duren coming around. He'll shoot the bucket. That is no good. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabbing the rebound. Turner feeds it back over to Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma coming around the bucket. That's his first shot from the field, I believe. The Bucks shooting 60% from the field with 55% for the Pistons. The Bucks actually shot 56% in game 2. Pistons at 46%, so both teams shooting better right now at this stage of the game. Cunningham coming around the layup. That is good. And the lead down to 11. That is 27 for Cade Cunningham. 29-48 for the Bucks. 25-45 for the Pistons. Giannis almost thought he stepped out of bounds for a second, but he'll feed it over to Kuzma. Back over to Trent Jr. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Jalen Duren grabbing the rebound. We're approaching 2.5 minutes into the third quarter. Jaden Ivey will shoot the 3. He'll make the 3, and the deficit down to 8. 5 quick points for the Pistons. Feeds it back over to Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek Freak being guarded by Tobias Harris. Coming around, he'll put the shot up. That's good. That's 32 for the Greek Freak, and they'll lead up to 10 again. Asar Thompson holding on to it. 15 on the shot clock. Feeds it over to Cunningham. Cunningham, he'll miss that one. Cole Anthony grabbing the rebound. Feeds it over to Kyle Kuzma. 24-18. The Bucks out rebound the Pistons. Kuzma will shoot the 3. That's no good. Miles Turner gets the offensive rebound and the slam dunk, and the lead is up to 12 again. Cunningham crossing the half-court line. 3.5 into the third quarter. 72-60. The Bucks on top. Cunningham feeds it over to Jaden Ivey. He'll shoot the 3. He'll miss the 3. Antetokounmpo grabbing a rebound. Giannis feeds it over to Kuzma. Kuzma's coming around the layup. That's good. I believe that's 8 for him. And the lead is up to 14, matching their largest lead of the game. 74-60, the Bucks on top. Over to Cunningham, back over to Harris. Fish it over to Cunningham. He'll shoot the 3. He'll miss the 3. 27 for Cunningham right now. 32 for Giannis. Those are your leaders right now in scoring for both teams. Giannis coming around, hoping the jump shot up. That is no good. Tobias Harris grabbing a rebound. No points for the Pistons in over 2 minutes of play. Ivey will make sure that drought comes to an end. 3 points for Jaden Ivey there, and the lead is down to 11 again. As we're nearing 5 minutes into the third quarter, 74-63, Game 3 of this Eastern Conference semifinals. Bucks lead the series 2-0. They're looking 1-6 in a row since losing Game 1 to Indiana. Cole Anthony will shoot the three. That's no good. Jalen Duren grabbing a rebound. Cunningham. He's still holding on to it. 10 on the shot clock right now. Cunningham coming around. He'll put the layup up. That is good. That's 29 for Cade Cunningham, and the lead down to 9. Cole Anthony feeding it over to Giannis Antetokounmpo right now. 15 on the shot clock. Giannis! He'll shoot the two. Or for Kuzma, will shoot the two. No good. Harris will grab him down with the rebound. 7 points for Kyle Kuzma on 2 of 11 shooting. Harris, he'll shoot the three. That's no good. Kyle Kuzma coming down with the rebound over halfway through the third quarter. Gary Trent Jr. feeds it over to Cole Anthony. 10 on the shot clock. Feeds it back over to Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma needs to get the shot up. He will, and he'll miss it, but Gary Trent Jr. getting the offensive rebound back over to Cole Anthony. He'll miss the three, but Miles Turner will get the tip in there. You see Marcus Sasser waiting on the bench to get checked back into the game. Lead up to 11 again. Miles Turner. I said again, the tip in off the offensive rebound. Thompson will shoot the three. He'll make the three. Pistons within 8 again. That's the closest they have been so far in the second half. And there, Giannis with the slam dunk, and that's 34 for him, and we'll have a timeout called by the Pistons. 4:54 to play in the third. It's 78-68, Milwaukee on top. Coming back out of timeout here in Detroit, under 5 to play. We got Bobby Portis Jr. checking into the game, coming out of the timeout for the Bucks and for the Pistons. Marcus Sasser checking in for Cade Cunningham. And Jaden Ivey. So the lead is up to 10 once again. Ivy, and that's a slam dunk. No, that's a miss, actually. Kuzma will come down with it. I think that was a failed alley-oop attempt. Kuzma feeding over to Portis Jr. He'll hit the three, and the lead is up to 13 again. As I said, the Bucks' largest lead has been 14. The Pistons had a lead of 9 points early on in that first quarter. Leads it back over to Duren. Jaden Ivey. Got 5 on the shot clock. Ivey, he'll shoot the two, and that's going to fall in. Portis Jr. will grab the rebound, but Kuzma will have it crossing the half-court line back over to Cole Anthony. Anthony feeds it back over to Kuzma. The lead is up to 13 right now. 10 on the shot clock. Feeds it over to Miles Turner. Turner coming around. Feeds it back over to Cole Anthony. 3 on the shot clock. Anthony, that shot is up. That's good. Cole Anthony with a bucket. And the lead is 15. That's the largest lead of the game. 3.5 to play here in the third. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. The Bucks, as I said, are currently on a 6-game winning streak after losing the first game to Indiana. That's a miss right there. The longest winning streak out of any team right now. Same record currently right now as the Atlanta Hawks, who lost their first game of this postseason in Game 3 against Orlando. That will be coming up in the coming days. For Game 4, Harris, that's a miss right there. Portis Jr. grabbing the rebound over to Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma, that shot is good. I believe that's 9 for Kyle Kuzma, and the lead is up to 17 now. Bucks shooting 37-64. The Pistons 29-56. Sasser feeds it back over to Tobias Harris. The team trailing by 17 right now. 5 on the shot clock. See Harris feeding over to Sasser. He'll shoot the two. That's no good. Durham will get the offensive rebound and the slam dunk. I think that might be 8 for him. Pistons within 15. We got 15 on the shot clock now. And we have 2 minutes to play in the third. Kuzma coming around. He'll put the layup up, and that is no good, but offensive rebound. I believe that was Miles Turner that had the offensive rebound. That's a miss right there to Asar Thompson. Thompson feeding it over to Jaden Ivey. Ivey, he'll shoot the three. He'll miss the three. Miles Turner grabbing the rebound. Kuzma go back over to Gary Trent Jr. Trent Jr. back over to Anthony. Cole Anthony with the layup, and the lead is up to 17 again for the Bucks. Timeout, Pistons. We're going to take one as well. 1:20 to play in the third. It is 87-70. The Bucks on top. Coming out of the timeout here, we have Porter Jr., Rollins, Prince, and we can't see any of those lineups there. Sasser will stay in the game. Cunningham, Robinson, and once again, they don't like to take their time here. I know Torian Prince is in the lineup. So we got Robinson, Sasser, Holland, Cunningham. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Porter Jr. coming down with the rebound. Back over to Torian Prince. If you've never seen his press conference back when he was with Baylor, you should see his about rebounding. I believe that was after that loss to Yale. As you see, he missed it, but Portis Jr. will get the offensive rebound in the put-in, and the lead is up to 19. A 15-5 run in the last 10:45. Cunningham feeds it over to Stewart. Stewart's going to come out with the layup. The lead down to 17 again. Giannis. I believe he has a number of points that matches the number on his jersey. Prince. That's a layup. That's good. And the lead is up to 19 again. 29.8 to play here in the third. Game 3 of this Eastern Conference semifinals series, where the Bucks lead the series 2-0 right now. Bucks are looking to put a stranglehold on this series, and that's out of bounds. Bucks ball. Is that Stewart that was out of bounds? Porter Jr., Kevin Porter Jr. feeding it over to Giannis. Giannis. He's coming around over Stewart. He'll put the shot up. That's no good. Stewart coming down with the rebound. Three on the clock now. Sasser, he'll take a half-court shot. That's no good, and that will do it. We are at the end of the third quarter here. It's been all Bucks. They lead at 91-72. If you like what you see, hit the like button, comment on this video, and don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I am Vinny from vdubproductions. We're going to start the fourth quarter right after this. Just starting the fourth quarter right off the bat, Giannis will be in, as well as Porter Jr., Rollins. So it is Porter Jr., Rollins, Porter Jr., Prince, and Antetokounmpo. And let's look at the lineup set here. So we have Cunningham, Holland, Robinson, Sasser, and Stewart. That's the lineup set for the Pistons to start the fourth quarter as Sasser feeds it over to Stewart. He'll shoot the three. No good. Porter Jr. coming down with the rebound. We're just over 30 seconds into the fourth quarter here. 91-72, Bucks on top. The Bucks wanting to pull a stranglehold on this series here with this team, with them being up 2-0. Feeds it over to Portis Jr. over to Giannis. He'll make the bucket. I believe that's 36 for him, and the lead is up to 21. Their largest lead. Cunningham, I believe, has 29 points. Sasser, he'll shoot the three. That's no good. Portis Jr. will get the rebound. Torian Prince coming around. That shot is no good. But as I mentioned earlier, if you haven't, you got to look at Torian Prince's press conference after an NCAA tournament loss when he was at Baylor against Yale. He talked about what a rebound is and just like going through the motions on how you get a rebound. And he talks about how, yeah, they got more of those than we did. Rollins. So we got 15 on the shot clock. Back to Antetokounmpo. Giannis feeds it back over to... That was Porter Jr. Now that's Porter Jr. who took the shot. That's no good here. 10 minutes to play here in the fourth. 21-point lead for the Bucks here in Game 3. Feeds it back over to Cunningham. 8 on the shot clock. Cunningham. And he's going to go to the line shooting 2. Giannis called for his second personal foul. That is his first team foul called against the Bucks here in the fourth quarter. Cunningham going to go to the line shooting 2. For your Pistons. I believe Cunningham is at 29. Now he's at 30. And the lead down to 20 here, as I believe Kuzma's checking back into the game for Taurean Prince. And for the Pistons, let's see, we got Sasser, Cunningham, then we got Holland, Stewart, and Duran. So Duran's checking back in, and I believe Sasser and Stewart have moved positions over as Cunningham will make them both. I believe he's at 31 in this game. Giannis, by calculations, is at 36. Kevin Porter Jr. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing right now. Just don't be too cute. Kuzma will shoot the 3. That's no good. Stewart grabbing a rebound. Cunningham feeds it back over to Holland. Holland feeds it back over to Sasser here. 10 on the shot clock over to Cunningham. 9:14 to play here in the fourth. Cunningham, he'll shoot the 2. He'll make the 2. That's 33 for him. 9 minutes to play here in the fourth. It's a 17-point lead for the Bucks. Giannis, he'll get the bucket there. I believe that's 38 for him. Lead up to 19 again, Sasser. And he's going to go to the line shooting 2, and that's Kevin Porter Jr. call for his first personal foul, second team foul. So Sasser, who did not record any points in the game, did have 6 points in that third quarter, or in that second quarter. Points in the paint, 60 for the Bucks in this game already, 18 fast break points. The Bucks had a total of 66 points in the paint in their Game 2 win. Sasser will hit the first one. Lead down to 18. Marcus Sasser. And he'll make the second one. I know that's not accurate with the free throws right now. We got Giannis Antetokounmpo 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. He got 38 already. 5 on the shot clock. 4 on the shot clock. Feeds it over to Kuzma. He'll shoot the 3. He'll make the 3. And the lead is up to 20. So they led by as many as 21. And that was at the early part of the fourth quarter. Cunningham feeds it over to Stewart. As we're approaching 8 minutes to play here in the fourth. Sasser feeds it back over to Stewart. Cunningham. He'll go to the layup, and he's fouled. Ryan Rollins called for his second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for your Pistons. Cade Cunningham. Yeah, sorry guys, but sometimes when you hear the announcer, it's kind of funny though. As you hear Cunningham will shoot the first free throw. That's 34 for him. Slew of substitutions. Let's see the lineup set here. We got Anthony, Trent Jr., Kuzma, Antetokounmpo, and Turner. So the starting 5 is out there for the Bucks. For the Pistons, Cunningham, Ivy, Thompson, Tobias Harrison, Duran. So the starting 5 are out for both teams. He'll miss that one. So he's stuck at 34 points for Cade Cunningham. Lead down to 19. Antetokounmpo. That bucket is good. They reached the century mark. That's 40 for him. 36 of those in the paint. 21-point lead again, matching their largest lead. 15 on the shot clock. Harris coming around. Feeds it over to Ivy. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Miles Turner grabbing the rebound. Feeds it over to Kuzma. Feeds it back to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo with the layup. That's good. The lead is up to 23. That's 42 for him. Making a case for MVP. If there was a playoff MVP, you're making a case for him right now. I know they recently, as you see, Giannis will get the block there. I know recently they had conference finals MVP as Cole Anthony with the slam dunk. That is worthy enough of the AT&T Connected Cam. AT&T, a proud sponsor of NBA 2K26. And the lead is up to 25 for Milwaukee. 6:45 to play here in the fourth. Got to give it to the Pistons. They hung around for a little bit. Even had a large lead there, as you see. That's 36 for him, for Cade Cunningham. 7 of those here in the second quarter, or fourth quarter. They got to figure out who other than Cade Cunningham can score if they want to stay in the series. Kuzma. And that's a miss right there. Duran almost lost it for a second, actually, off that rebound here as we're approaching the halfway point of the fourth quarter. 104-81. 5 on the shot clock. Duran, you got to get that shot up. Cunningham will come around with the layup. That is no good. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabbing the rebound. Giannis feeds it over to Kuzma. He'll take the shot up. That is no good. Duran will come down with the rebound. Back over to Cunningham. Jalen Duran feeding it over to Jaden Ivey. Back over to Cunningham. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Antetokounmpo coming down with the rebound. Feeds it over to Cole Anthony. That's a bucket is good. 106-81. Giannis Antetokounmpo. 5:05 to play in the fourth. Feeds it over to Thompson. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Antetokounmpo grabbing the rebound. He'll shoot the two. No good. Harris will come down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Jaden Ivey. Ivey feeds it back over to Tobias Harris. Harris coming around, and that is good. Tobias Harris in a lead. That's 10 for him, and the lead down to 23. Minus 16 for Tobias Harris on the court, and we'll have a timeout called by the Bucks. 4:29 to play in the fourth. Milwaukee leading it by 23. Coming out of the timeout here as we look at Giannis Antetokounmpo getting the player of the game. I mean, I know there's like 4.5 to play in this game, but you prematurely are giving the player of the game away. I don't get 2K sometimes when it comes to this shit. I mean, excuse my language there, man. Sorry, I didn't mean it. But when it comes to this stuff, I don't get 2K when they just prematurely give the player of the game away. We see Anthony get it over to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo coming around. That's a slam dunk. That's 44 for him, and the lead up to 25. Look at that. 48 of 86 for Milwaukee. 34-72 for the Pistons. 4 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Cunningham. And he'll get the bucket. I believe that is 36 for him. Maybe 35. I could lose track right now. Either way, Milwaukee leads it by 23 right now. 3:35 to play in the fourth. Over to Turner. Turner with the slam dunk. $15 on the shot clock. Cunningham coming around with the layup. That's good. Three minutes of play in the fourth here. 110-87. Gary Trent Jr. for three. That is no good. Thompson coming down with the rebound. Back over to Tobias Harris. That layup is good, and it's only a 21-point game. Kuzma over to Cole Anthony. We got 8 on the shot clock here. Anthony, he'll shoot the three. He'll miss the three. Tobias Harris coming down with the rebound. 2:10 to play here in the fourth. Cunningham, he's just holding on to it. 14 on the shot clock. Back over to Asar Thompson. Never mind. Amen Thompson is in the middle of his own series right now. Thompson will shoot the three. That's in there. The lead down to 18. Speaking of Amen Thompson, his Rockets will be the next video. Game 4 will be the next video between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Houston Rockets from H-Town. That'll be in our next video. The Thunder got themselves back in the series with a Game 3 victory on the road. Can the Rockets go up 3-1, or could we go back to OKC tied at 2? Ivy will shoot the three. That's no good, and Cunningham getting the offensive rebound. Feeds it back over to Harris. He'll shoot the three. He'll make the three. It's only a 15-point game. 78 seconds to play in the fourth. Turner crossing the half-court line. Is it over here to Antetokounmpo? Giannis coming around. He still has it. Under a minute to play. Hoping the shot up. That's good. I believe that's 46 for him. And it is indeed. 54 to play here in the fourth. 112-95. The Milwaukee Bucks look like they're going to put a stranglehold in that series here as Cunningham will miss the shot. Cole Anthony grabbing or has it right now, crossing the half-court line. Back over to Kyle Kuzma. Feeds it back over to Giannis. Kuzma. 8 on the shot clock. They do have to take a shot. And that's a miss right there. Durham will grab the rebound here. Over to Asar Thompson. Cunningham. Feeds it over to Harris. 8 on the shot clock. Thompson. 3 on the shot clock. Just get yourself some last second points there. And that's off the front rim, and they don't even have to cross the half-court line. And that will do it. The Bucks will walk away with a 112-95 win. And the Milwaukee Bucks will take a 3 games a series lead, holding a stranglehold on this series. No team has ever come back from 3-0 down in a series, whether it be on this season playthrough or in real life. As we see, I believe that's Miles Turner being interviewed, but we know Giannis Antetokounmpo was prematurely named the player of the game. I don't think it's premature anymore. But stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back with post-game player stats coming up right after this. Game player stats brought to you by 2K Sports. As we start off with the home team, the Detroit Pistons. They are led by Cade Cunningham. He actually had 40 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists in defeat. Tobias Harris, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, followed by Jaden Ivey with 10 points and 6 assists. Asar Thompson, 10 points and 4 rebounds and 1 steal. Jalen Duren, 8 points, 16 rebounds, 2 assists. Marcus Sasser, 7 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Isaiah Stewart had 5 points and 3 rebounds. Ron Holland only had 1 assist in 12 minutes of play. Duncan Robinson only 1 rebound. Paul Reed 1 assist. Javonte Green, Bobby Clintman, Chaz Lanier did not play for the Pistons. And now for the victorious Milwaukee Bucks. They were led by player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo. 46 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. Another triple-double for him with a steal and a block to add. Miles Turner, 13 points, 13 rebounds, 1 assist. Kyle Kuzma, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Cole Anthony, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. followed by Gary Trent Jr. with 8, 2, and 3. Kevin Porter Jr., 8, 3, and 3. Then we got Bobby Portis Jr., 7.6 rebounds, 1 assist and a block. Ryan Rollins, 5 points and 1 assist. Torian Prince, 2 points, 1 rebound. Then we got Tyler Smith, no stats at 3 minutes of play. Chris Livingston, Jericho Sims, Andre Jackson Jr., AJ Green, and Amir Coffey did not play for the Milwaukee Bucks. And that will do it for your post-game player statistics. And we are back in the Western Conference once again. This time we have Game 4 between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Houston Rockets. The Thunder were able to get into the win column in this series on the road, winning that Game 4 by the final score of 104-82 in a game they dominated from start to finish. They were led by 33 points by Jalen Williams. That's the J.A. Elian Williams, because they do have 2 Jalen Williams, and that's why I emphasize on the spelling of those names. He had 33 points. SGA had 21 points as well. The Rockets were in defeat, were led by, of course, Kevin Durant with 32 points in that game. It will be Game 4. Thunder, Rockets, be there or be squared. If you like what you see, hit the like button, comment on this video. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And if you look in the description down below, you will see the link to my Cash App. Cash App, if you are inclined to donate to my Cash App, that will help me out until I can get this channel monetized. And also in the description down below is where you can see my information for my social medias on X and Instagram. And with that, I want to remind everybody the final score of the game. The Milwaukee Bucks defeat the Detroit Pistons 112-95. They lead this best-of-7 series 3-0. They are currently on a 7-game winning streak right now, the longest winning streak in these NBA playoffs in my season playthrough. I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and I am signing off.